Morning. All right. Yeah, we finally have some sunshine. It's beautiful, right? That's right. That's right. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Dave Cooper, and I am coming to you live from, sorry for the wobbly camera. I'll stop up here trying to get out of the wind. South Carolina. Finally, we got some sun shining. I'm going to walk over here, and we're a little late this morning, but with all the travel and everything else, and the weather's just been a mess everywhere we've been. It's like anything else, man. It's live. It's going to go wrong. It will. It's just the way it is. We got to roll with the punches and keep going. But hey, I wanted to show everybody this. How beautiful is that? It's still chilly though. I got my hat on, and I really should have another jacket on, but I didn't want to load up too much. Well, listen, everybody. So what a week, we've had in this upcoming week. We've had some delays with COVID and what have you, but we are finally starting this road show, and I got a lot of great things in the works, and we're really looking forward to getting this kicked off in the next week and a half or so. So with that said, this is going to be a short show today because we've got so much going on. We're trying to get all the way down to Florida to finalize a few things, which is super, super important, especially with registrations and all the things that this COVID stuff has really had us delayed on. So, but that does not mean we're not going to continue to bring you great conversation and great content, because we're going to continue that throughout. This week's going to be a light week. We're going to do some shorter shows in preparation of everything that we have to get done. But then we are going to be kicking off March huge, and so huge, I'll give you an example. On the 22nd of March, and I know Greg Ugaldi's probably out there, we're going to have a panel with Greg Ugaldi, Henry Mickelberg, Jerry McCahey, and some others. And we're going to talk about offsite construction. We're going to talk about why aren't more people adopting offsite construction? Why not? Why isn't there a faster adoption? Is it a cost? Is it lack of knowledge? There's all these things that are going to happen. So those are the types of conversations you're going to start seeing. We're going to have larger roundtables, larger panels of experts, not only from this country, but from around the world, having conversations just like this one that we're going to have next month. So it ought to be a lot of fun, I don't know if you guys tuned in yesterday for BS Friday, Building Science with Mark Bare Naked Willie, and the people we had on. Fine Home Building Magazine editor was on, and several others. And I have to tell you, the way the community is all coming together, whether it's building science, offsite construction, and offsite means a lot, right? That's modular, panelized, concrete, volumetric, if you want to add volumetric into it, log home, container homes. You got to think a little bit here. All of these different areas, panelization, all offsite. But then there's the component side of that offsite as well. And I think between building science and the offsite world, and bringing all these communities together is huge. I mean, we had some big names on yesterday, which was phenomenal. Even Jake Bruton was on, and Jake has his own show at Matt Reisinger from the Build Show. Mark's been doing an excellent job of getting some of these guys pulled together, and I have to tell you, it's only getting better. I mean, we got shows lined up now, for weeks and weeks in advance. So, anywho, as you can see, I'm just taking a little quick stroll on the beach here in South Carolina, and I'm not doing it to make everybody up north feel bad. It's still chilly. You don't see anybody out there swimming. You definitely don't see anybody sitting on the beach, but there's some other people walking. A lot of people out here with their dogs. But so what's the deal for next week? We are going to be traveling from here. We leave early tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. We'll be hopefully on the road. Right. I got kids. 5-ish. 6, we'll be on the road. We're heading over to Crestview, Florida. That's our next stop, Crestview, Florida. We have to go there. We have all of our registration, insurance things that we're going to take care of, and that's the beginning of next week. And some of that overlies with some of our live shows, but I don't have any way around that, so we just have to take our appointments when they give it to us. So that's what we're working on next week. And then we're really going to be kicking off the following week, the live road show and where we're headed, and the schedule is going to get posted and those things. So it is going to be a lot of fun, and I really appreciate everybody's support out there. Hey, good morning. What's happening, everybody? Let me see who's out there. Peter, a fine morning to you. Hey, Peter, it was a fine morning. Did you catch the show yesterday? What a great show, right? I mean, outstanding guests, outstanding conversations. And then we got Mr. Greg Ugaldi. We look forward to our discussion on March 22nd. Yeah, dude, I think the 22nd is going to be a lot of fun. You know, Greg, I keep saying it. I said, we got you, we got Henry Mickelberg, we got Jerry McCahey. I mean, all three of you by yourselves is an entire show. So I'm working on putting some sort of format together, because I think between the three of you, I mean, the minds might explode with so much information. Bring many more NAHB leaders into the future discussions. We are happy to bring, yeah, for sure. Peter says the same thing. Go surfing. I thought you said sure thing. Yeah. So, yeah, Greg, I mean, that's the whole idea, is to bring more of these leaders in. And if you want to bring some more leaders in on the economic side of this and have a really open dialogue, I mean, these, between yourself and Henry and Greg and other people, these are world experts, you know, world renowned, I would say, in offsite construction, coming on the show. So this is the time to bring the heavy hitters and anybody else that wants to join this conversation on. And we're going to promote the daylights out of this, because this is the first time, Dave Cooper Live, that we're going to have an open discussion like this live to anybody to comment. That means if you're a student, you work somewhere, you're a supplier or a manufacturer, this is going to give you the opportunity to join our discussion and ask Greg and all these other participants anything you want during this discussion. And this is what makes what we do so much fun. It really, really does make fun. I'm going to start walking back this way. The sun's starting to get me. You got that dog over there. That's a big dog, huh? So, glad my kids aren't here. I'd be getting nagged to get a dog. Anyways. So yeah, the 20 seconds is going to be a big discussion, and we're hoping to have a lot of fun with it, and many other conversations like this. So if there's anything out there that you guys would like to see, and well, by the way, Peter, I'm not going surfing. That water is cold. I will go dip my toes in it if you want, but I got tennis shoes on. We'll walk down here. You guys, can you hear the sound of the ocean? It's not really loud. Kind of small waves today. And you know, for anybody that's joining us, yeah, I am walking on the beach in South Carolina. I'm not talking about a whole lot of anything in particular, just having a conversation. We have about another month and a half, I think, of going live 6 days a week to meet our goals. When we said, hey, we're going to do this for 1 year, I'm not going to get too far into this. My feet are going to get wet, but it is cold. It is cold. Look at all the dog footprints everywhere. I grew up on this beach as a kid, you know, so I've probably come into this beach for 40 plus years. We are going to continue our conversations and all the great experts across the globe, and bringing and growing offsite construction, hopefully trying to stop the fragmentation of our industry in offsite construction. There's so many different groups out there. So to have a platform where everybody can collaborate collectively, respectfully, together is what it's all about, right? It's about the conversation, and we're looking to keep driving that conversation forward, regardless of what your organization is. I mean, they're all out there, right? We got the NAHB, we got MHBA, you got the MMC in England. I mean, you name it. You got MHBA, right? MBI, right? Modular Building Institute. There's all these different organizations, and it's just so much fun for us to be able to bring them onto our platform, all of them, impartially, and have real discussions. In fact, not only we do that, I mean, we've had all the leaders of those platforms on our platform for discussions, and we're going to continue doing that. And that'll continue. We got World of Modular coming up with Tom Hardiman soon too. That's going to be a lot of fun. Another virtual event. Is there anything out there that you guys would like us to do other than go back to cold weather so you don't have to see the sunshine on this beautiful beach? But is there anything out there that you would suggest we do? I'd love to hear your comments on what you think it is we can do to better our game, so we don't feel repetitive, so we don't feel stale. We have a new show coming up, though. I have to tell you that. But I can't give you any more details than that. But our new show is going to be opening up for the consumer side of the business. We love to talk about amongst ourselves in this industry, right? We're really good at having our own internal conversation. But imagine if we could get the consumer asking for better products, if we could get the consumer saying, hey, I want a better built home, I want a healthier home. Imagine if we can get the consumer to do that, how awesome that would be. So we got another show coming up. It's in the works. It's going to be fun, but it's going to have a consumer side base to it. Let's walk up here. All right, I'm going to walk up here and end my show up here, guys. I got to get back to it. We got a lot to prepare as we do get ready for this road show. Let me see if there's any. Hey, George. Good morning to you, sir. It's early where you're at, right? What is it? 7:40 in the morning? Are you Central or I don't know. What are you? I think you guys are Central time, right? So either way, good to see you, George. I appreciate you stopping in and saying hello this morning, and I appreciate everybody else stopping in and saying hello this morning. All right, listen, everyone, I am going to sign off right here. Just remember this upcoming week, we're not putting a lot on the schedule because we have a lot of appointments that we can't change that are overlapping. So we're going to be doing some shorter hello shows. We're going to bring you some good content, but they are going to be shorter shows. But then the following week, we are back into this strong. I mean, super strong. So with that said, I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in this morning. Mark your calendars for the 22nd. Not this 22nd, next month, March 22nd. It's going to be a big day. We're going to have some big names on here. We're going to have some big conversation on here, and we're going to open it up to questions from the audience. And Greg, if you're still listening, I think we're going to probably extend the time on this to an hour and a half, maybe even a 2-hour show. I know it's a long show, but if your schedules permit, we should do it because I already know how this is going to go with the people in the comments. So, all right. And if anybody has any suggestions for anything else, you guys let us know. I'm Dave Cooper. Whoop, I see a comment there before I sign off. Try to get to people if I can. Whoop. Tim Sims. Hey, buddy. Have a great weekend. Yeah, look how beautiful it is finally. Finally, I can do some work outside on our new transportation. I was lucky enough to talk to Tim Sims. He's with Johns Burns Real Estate Consulting, and he used to be with Nishiha. And if you haven't seen Tim's podcast or his treehouse, you need to check out Tim Sims. Look him up on LinkedIn. You'll be able to find everything with him and Carolina. Awesome stuff. Tim's a real go-getter, and on top of that, I think probably the nicest person in the world outside of several others. You guys are all nice too, but Tim's a super, super nice guy too. Peter says more widespread education about the advantages of constructing comfortable buildings is needed. All right, so Peter, yeah, 100%, right? We kind of talked about this yesterday a little bit, and the folks that we had on the show and what they're doing. We're going to continue that conversation, and that's why we joined together with Mark on our BS Friday show, and we have all the great people on, and yourself commenting all the time. We do need more education on it, and this is only step one, right? This is step one. Yesterday was kind of a step two, because finally we got 2 or 3 other platforms that are doing similar conversations, such as ours, BS and Beer, and some others. We had Fine Home Building Magazine editor on yesterday. If we can get everybody talking, then we grow. And that's the idea. Let's get everybody talking, not individually. And this is a comment we had off the show, when I was setting up for another show. They said, why is everybody in offsite I'm going to lean over here. Why is everybody in offsite so, why do they keep everything so tight to their vest, right? They don't want to talk about nothing. Nobody wants to share what they're doing. And I get it. There's some out there that are doing some amazing things. But the reality of this is, if you're in offsite construction, well, I don't care what it is, panelized, modular, concrete, volumetric, whatever you want to call it, and you are holding things close to your vest, you have to ask yourself why. Why? We're 4 to 5% of the market. If we were 99.9% of the market, I get it. But when you're only 4% of the market, if your idea and what you have is so awesome, we wouldn't be 4 or 5% of the market. Now, if you're in stealth mode because you're the next Uber, and I know there's some of those going on out there, and I get it. I get it, but that's those unicorns are very far and few between. So I don't know. That's my soapbox. Let's have the conversation. Let's bring everybody into it. Because guess what? When you think you have the greatest idea and you don't share it and you don't talk about it, it doesn't force your mind to become even greater. You get stuck. So, all right, everybody, listen, that's my soapbox. Oh, Brian, what's happening, Brian? Hope all is well, my friend. Look forward to running into you here real soon. We should talk. Why don't you send me a message, or I'll send you a message. I want to catch up with you on something that happened this past week, which is pretty cool. Greg says, for 4% of the market to grow that share, do we need to focus on centralization? All pull info. Yeah. Hey, listen. I do. I think we need to pull people together, Greg. You and I've had this conversation offline. We do need to come together as an industry. The NAHB has come together, right, for the builders out there and the associate members, the suppliers, the manufacturers. Offsite's really fragmented. We don't have a big industry like the builders have with the National Association of Home Builders, but we're working on that. We're bringing everybody together. Where that goes and how that turns out is always questionable, but we are bringing everybody together on this show, and we're going to keep that conversation going. And as Peter, hot coffee. Hey, Peter, I know I need some hot coffee. My hands are starting to get a little cold, but not too bad. But as Peter said, we need more widespread education of constructing comfortable, well-built homes. We have a labor issue. We have a housing affordability issue. These aren't new. We've had these issues. They're just getting worse and worse and worse. Time for a change. Why not now? Everything else changes. COVID's changed so much and this and that. We don't need any more catastrophes happening to change what we do. We're smarter than that. So let's have the conversation, the collaboration, and that all begins in a big way on the 22nd. So with that said, everybody, I got to go. Thanks so much for listening to me ramble on. Hopefully the breeze and the mic sounded okay this morning. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm Dave Cooper, and I better get to doing this on my phone this morning. Makes it a little difficult. I'm Dave Cooper. We will see you on Monday. And again, for those of you just joining, next week's a really light week on our travels as we finalize some stuff. We're still going to be going live, but the big stuff begins the following week after that. So everybody have a wonderful Saturday. I hope the sun is shining wherever you're at. And if you're in the on the West, in the Midwest, in Texas and elsewhere where things are rough, we're all praying for you, and we hope everything gets better real soon. All right. So with that said, everybody, thank you so much. We'll see you on Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye now.